I just want to talk to y'all, and this is something very important that has to be addressed. As you've been warned, in this video I'm going to be talking about some pretty sensitive things. But this is something I haven't seen much shifting content creators talk about, so I will. And that's an obsession to shift. A lot of people right now are trying to perma-shift or respawn in their desired realities. And that's great. I feel like that's what everyone should be doing, is deciding what timeline they want to be in and shift to that timeline to experience it. I'm doing the same thing. However, I feel like there is people who get too obsessed with the idea of shifting that they will use it to neglect their CR life. I've seen this in shifting communities before, but obviously I'm not gonna share their story or point them out like that. So the person I'm gonna use as an example is myself, because I've done this before. Back around the time when I first discovered shifting, I was so happy because I had just found out that overall, I can restart my life all over again. And I can finally live the life I was supposed to before it got altered forever as a 13-year-old teenager. So when I finally decided what reality I wanted to shift to, I started to neglect my CR responsibilities. Every single second of the day, I would just put my DR and put it on a pedestal above other things in my CR life. And I would basically dish responsibilities and I would ignore my friends and stuff. And every time I would have an unsuccessful shifting attempt, I would get upset and angry. But here's the thing too. Because I was just so obsessed and I just wanted to just shift so badly that when I neglected my CR responsibilities, they waited for me the next day when I was unsuccessful at shifting. Yep. And the more I did that, the more I started to develop hatred for this reality. I would always just badmouth the shit out of this place and only focus on the times it's fucked me over. And I felt like nothing I went through or anything I have in the CR meant anything. All of this all this did was just give off negative affirmations. Like, yeah, now looking back, bro, I'm all like, come on, bro. Why the hell did I even say that, man? None of that's true. None of that shit's true at all. Like, right now in my CR, I'm the happiest I've ever been. And that's saying a lot because at the end of the day, I'm just like you. I don't like this life either. And I want to live it my way. So that's why I'm perma shifting back to 2016 as a young self. But no, this was not the shifting symptom where you feel detached from your CR. This was just straight up obsession, and it was unhealthy. There were a lot of times where I would vent to my friend about suicide and things like that. No, before you start worrying, I didn't mean it literally. A lot of times, I said I was going to do it as figure of speech, but it still doesn't make it any better, nor make it okay. And she called me a dumbass for that, because I deserved it. I deserved to be called that, because I truly was acting like one. But that's when I finally decided to stop obsessing over shifting and start to embrace the journey. I started to reprogram my mind and rewiring my belief systems and everything. And ever since doing that, I've become more thankful for my CR. I look back at that and tell myself I had no control over what happened that altered my life forever because I didn't know what shifting was at the time, and that the reality that I want to live in and the way my life actually did play out after 13 already does exist. And I should not worry about that because I'm going to experience it either way. And I am just infinite consciousness, having a very brief human experience, one I've had in many different dimensions and timelines. And with the new positive mindset, and now practicing shifting the right way, that's when I finally had my first successful shift to my DR, and to this reality as well, is the one I shifted to, but I have a whole other video on that I'll put on the end screen of this video. I believe we all chose to be here, and we all each have our own calling here. I don't know all your guys' stories on how you found shifting, but I do know all of your guys' calling here, and it's my calling too. And that was to discover this gift we have. Shifting is a gift. I know how hard life has been for you here, but it's not forever. You will get to your DR, but please don't have that mindset that once you're in your DR, you're just gonna let your CR body slash clone die. That is basically suicide. When I see stuff like that, it worries me. And I don't take that shit lightly because at the end of the day, I have your best interest. I know how you all feel. If you need anyone to talk to, you can talk to me, a family member, or a friend. It don't matter. Just talk to someone. Do not let I want to leave this reality turn into I want to leave this world.